Okay, this little recording is intended to help you navigate getting the data set for the writing assignments from its space here on the course Canvas page into the R working environment, where you can use it to work on your first writing assignment. So the first thing you need to do is go on down to this tab on the Canvas page, Supplemental Data, and we're going to click right here. This is the data set itself. The data set is called states_2016_390.xls. That just means that it's an Excel file. All right, this data set, recall, is very similar to the states data set you're using as part of the poli-sci package, except it's a little more up to date and includes variables from the 2016 election and a number of other variables that I thought might be interesting for you to use for your writing assignments. Okay, so we'll click right there, and the screen shifts into this mode where we can sort of look at the file in the screen or download it. What we want to do is download it. And you can see right here, I've got this little tab at the bottom of my screen. Now I'm using Chrome, so this is what it looks like when the file is downloaded. You may be using Safari or Firefox or maybe something else. Whatever you're using, once the file is downloaded, it's going into your download folder. Even if you're on a UWM lab machine, there's a download folder where these things are being sent. So we need to open up R and import this file from that download folder. Okay, so this should look pretty much like your own R environment when you open it. One thing that could be a little different here is that my panes might be differently ordered than yours. For instance, this space here, okay, the place where we write our R script. For some of you, it might be down here, and this console where we actually issue the commands might be up here. No big deal. One thing you might note is that you might open this and the screen might look something like this, where you just got one pane, easily resolved. Just go over here, click that, and we're back to two panes. Okay, so what we want to do is go up to this Files tab right here, click on the Files tab, and you'll get something that looks something like this. It might be a little bit different. For instance, you won't have these files. These are just things that I had at some point downloaded. We want to click on the Downloads folder. Click on the Downloads folder. Now, in my folder, things are ordered by the recency with which they were downloaded. That should be the case for you. If it isn't, you can just go over here and click on this Modified tag, and it will order them by the order in which they were downloaded. So this is the file we're interested in. So let's click Download here. We can view the file, which we don't really need to do right now, or we can import the data set. That's what we want to do. So we'll click that, and this screen comes up. And here's a little data preview, just showing us again what the file looks like. Okay, and here are the commands that are going to be executed if we click Import. The first one is Library Read Excel. This is telling R to use this program, Read Excel. Okay, and that's what R uses to import data sets that are in the Excel format. And then down here, this command is telling R to create a new object, and that to create that object, we use this function, read Excel, okay, and we use this object. This is the downloads folder, and this is telling us that the file name in that folder is States 2016 390. Now I like to shorten these object names a little bit, so what I'm going to do is just change this to States 16. Just a reminder that this is the States data set from 2016. Okay, this command you can leave it if you want to, or you can get rid of it if you want to. If you leave it in, it will just let you essentially look at the data set like this, except that will appear in one of your window panes in the R environment. So I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, delete that. Now I'm going to click import here. Now, a couple things might happen. You might not have this read Excel file installed in your library. Okay, if so, you'll get a request. You'll get a notification saying that is not installed. Do you want to install it? If for some reason it's already installed in your library, it should just go right ahead and read the file, and the new object to State 16 will be in your library. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay, so I apparently already had that file, or that package installed. So it said, here are the commands: library, read Excel, create new object using read Excel, and this object. Okay, now let's go up here and let's make sure we have poli-sci data in the library. We'll run that. Okay, very good, wonderful. All right, now just to show you that the data are there and usable, let's go here and just type in get a frequency, and we'll take the object States 16. I'm just going to click on it there. And the variable I want to use, I'm going to use a variable in here. It is about voter registration deadlines in the states, and where is it? Here it is, closing date. That is a variable that tells us how many days before the election registration to vote closes in those states. Okay, so we'll click on that, run. Okay, and we get our frequency table down here, right here, and over here is our bar plot. All right, now, and again, you read this like any other frequency table. Okay, there are 11 states that have 0 closing date, meaning you can register on the day of the election in those 11 states. There are 13 states where the closing date is 30 days, meaning you have to be registered at least 30 days before the election. Okay, so you can do all of the usual R commands now using this data set, which again I have named States 16. You can name it whatever you want to when you import it. All right, I'm going to just say best of luck, and let me know if something doesn't go according to plan when you work through this yourself.